ShinRobjira.
He's just standing there, menacingly! Okay, I did the standing in the doorway joke, I did the standing there menacingly joke, I think we can get started. What's going on there, friends and neighbors? I am ShinRobjira, and today we're going to be talking about the Bandai Ultra Action Shin Ultraman. Now, before we fully get started, I just wanted to get this comparison out of the way now. Count them! 2 Shin Ultraman. So as you can see, the movie monster series Shin Ultraman's got a bit of a darker red going on with them as compared to the Bandai Ultra Action Shin Ultraman, which is a little bit brighter. But I think I need another opinion. Count them. 3 Shin Ultraman. Let me get a 4th opinion. 3. Count them. 3 Shin Ultramen and a savage and brutal killer that's painted his armor in the color of his enemy's blood. This is a very basic comparison. Don't worry, there's going to be more, but I really did just want to showcase that yes, they're all rocking the red and the silver with their color timers and absence of color timers, but they all do look majorly different, be it in paint or otherwise. It's almost like everything on screen is from the same series. Anyway, back to Shin Man. I'm doing this for the people who'd rather have one or the other, thinking one's better than the other, and I just wanted to showcase. Movie monster series, he's taller and darker. Ultra action series Shin Man, he's shorter, but he's got more articulation, and he's a bit brighter. That being said, let's talk about paint and detail now. Please. Paint and detail wise, Ultra Action Shin Ultraman is pretty much what you'd expect. He's red, he's silver. He's got red in all the right places, silver in all the right places, that weird off creamy color for the eyes. It's all essentially here. You're gonna get the design on the chest, the neck, and the shoulders. You're gonna get the design on the knees that's going to crawl over to the side of the legs, like so, and to the back of the legs. You're gonna get the mostly red on the back and on the glutes, which I must say, I'm a little upset at the lack of cheek game on this guy. Come on, cheeks. But for the most part, you're going to get your red and silver designs. It's all going to be rather familiar to you. And I really don't know what else to say. I know I always go ham on the paint, but there's really not too much to showcase with this thing. You get what you see. Head-wise, Shin Ultraman do be looking like he got a spoon stuck in his head, and the little mohawk is there, the eyes are there, the mouth is there, the ears are there. It's all there. Even the little mechanism in the ear over here that was made to turn the lights on for the original Ultraman mask is here, just like in the Bandai Movie Monster Series version figure. Yet again, thank you, Corey. An obscure but important detail. Very, very nice, Bandai. And I feel like one of the only other major areas I could talk about with this figure is the hands. As you can see, all the fingers are sculpted. They may not all individually be there, aside from the thumb, but they are there. You will see some very nice detailing for the rib cage and for the pecs over here. I mean, just look at that. That's awesome. It's a very simple thing, but with the silver, it just works so well. You will also see some muscles on the arms as well peeking through on that silver. Same could be said with the legs. There is some very minor muscle definition going on here. And we got the funky little Type B elf shoes going on here, which I think is a nice touch. Ha! No relation. They do got the same papas though. So yet again, this is another instance of what you see is indeed what you get. There's not much to the naked eye. There's a little bit to the trained eye here and there, but for the most part, it's a very basic figure. And basic is not always such a bad thing. But now, let's get into articulation, shall we? Now, if I did have to complain about one thing, even for this figure's fantastic price point, well, storefront price point, I do wish the head was able to look up and down. It doesn't really look up and down. It's a little bit finicky. It does like go all the way around like so, but you're really not going to get anything too dynamic with the head. That's why in some of the images you're going to be seeing, I have him kind of like pelvic thrusting forward to look up. Honestly, when it comes to articulation, that's my only gripe. You're going to get a moving in and out motion at the shoulder, a hinge if you will. You will be able to swivel at the shoulder as well. You will be able to swivel at the bicep too. Decent bend at the elbow. Don't worry, no broken Shin Ultraman elbows here. You'll be able to swivel at the wrist. You will be able to make this open hand into a fist, into the OK sign, into a variation of the OK sign, and into the air quotations. And maybe you could pass this off as a pointing thing. Objection! Moving on down to the legs, you can't really kick back too much. I blame the lack of Ultraman your cheeks. But you can kick forward rather nicely. Nothing too nuts. There's going to be a rather nice bend at the knee like so. And you are going to get a ball joint at the foot, allowing you to have a neutral stance, a pointed down stance, and a pointed up stance. And golly gee, just look at that pivot. You heard me. Look at that pivot. Pivot, pivot, pivot. And don't you worry your buns, I haven't forgotten. Look at that split. Very, very nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Just a true wonder of ultra technology. Now, before we move any further, there's one more thing I'd like to talk about, and that is the box. Much like the 25th anniversary Tiga set, this is one of those boxes where you can easily just keep it all in one piece over here. You can slide the figure back into the box if you don't want to pose him outside of the box, and it really does look fantastic. Much like the Movie Monsters series tags, I really do just love the minimalistic take on this. Although I feel like it's like that with all of them. But you really do have it all. You got the red, got the silver, got the Shin Ultraman, got that, which might be something else. Tsuburaya Productions, Bandai. You have an open window to the figure right here with a white outline to make it look like he's glowing. You're gonna see this at the top, which I think might actually be Ultra Action. I'm not sure. And on the back of the box here, you'll see different images of the figure itself. And you're gonna get a whole bunch of other mumbo jumbo, and that's pretty much it. The box is nice and simple. I like it for what it is, and I am going to be keeping it around. I'm not going to be keeping the figure in it, of course, because I do feel the figure stands very well on its own and it doesn't need a box. But it's nice that the option can be there for different collectors of different, mindsets, I guess. So when it comes to the Bandai Ultra Action Shin Ultraman, I do like the figure a lot. I feel it scales well with multiple other kinds of Ultraman figures, especially ones on the smaller side. I love its range of articulation, especially for its price point. It has a lot more than it probably should. And honestly, man, how could you go wrong? It is absolutely Shin Ultraman season right now in the kaiju community. Well, technically it's just tokusatsu kaiju season right now because so much is happening within this fandom, and Shin Ultraman personally is one of the more exciting turns. I'm excited for the movie and I'm excited for more figures to start popping up. But anyway, getting back to this figure, the articulation is gonna allow you to get this thing into a whole bunch of different poses. He'll be able to interact with other figures and it'll look legit. It'll look nice. And even though he is on the smaller side, I don't think the lack of height will stunt this figure in any way possible. Again, the poses you can get this figure into, even with the semi-limitations of the articulation, it's fantastic. You can nail the classic Ultraman stances, you can get some new ones out of that, you can have him doing battle with your other figures. Yes, it is at a base price, the cheaper alternative to an SH Figuarts or an SH Monster Arts release. I honestly don't think you'd be doing yourself a disservice in picking this up whenever it comes back into stock. And if you're a new Ultraman fan and you're just starting out with the franchise through this movie, I think this is a good way to start your Ultraman collection as well, especially if you're into the articulated figures and you're impatient like me. Size has absolutely nothing to do with it. This little guy packs quite the punch in both paint, detail, and articulation. The representation is truly fantastic. I also just wanted to throw out a quick shout out to Taiga Taro on Twitter. Thank you for sending me this lovely little Reina figure. I will be doing a review of this very, very soon. Anyway, the time for goodbyes is nigh. You're either seeing pictures of poses this thing can do, or you're watching the size comparisons. Thank you all so much for watching this video and the Bandai Movie Monster series video. The reception has been nothing but warm. Thank you all so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed them. I will have more Ultraman content coming out rather soon. I've got a bunch of other videos that I put on hold for these videos, and just thank you all so very much. Patrons, thank you so much for becoming ShinRobjira patrons. If you would like to support the channel, there will be a link in the description below to my Patreon page. Check it out. Got 3 tiers. There will also be a link to all my social medias in the description below. Instagram, Twitter. You can join the Discord. The Discord is popping off right now, so please come join the ShinRobjira Island family. Oh yeah, and I got merch down there too, if you want to check that out. Anyway, everybody, I am ShinRobjira. I will see you all with the next review that I put up. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, a lovely weekday, whenever, however you are watching this, until the next major release that I just so happen to get in. I'll see you all then and there. Bye, everybody.